It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Purity Brewing Company. I've not had a beer from Purity for a long time. This is the Kviek, using the Norwegian Kviek yeast to brew the beer. It's 5.8% ABV. I've not looked at the label apart from the ABV and the name of the beer. I like to go into my beer reviews blind. I like to try and work it out myself and then read the label later on in the review. I reckon if you go into your beer reviews knowing everything about the beer, I think you're going to be influenced by outside sources. They might be picking up some kind of crazy violet flavours or, you know. And yeah, I'd rather go in blind, pick my own tastes and flavours and then have a look at the back of the can later. Here we go. A little bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass. Look at that. Look at that. We've got a one finger white head. Hazy, pale looking beer. A little bit of slow moving carbonation rolling up the glass. It's ironic, it's Kviek yeast and I've got a Norwegian Kviek, a Norwegian beer glass from Drum Brew in the review. And I just picked it out the cupboard. Not chosen to review a beer glass from Norway with the Kviek yeast from Norway. It is a British beer, Purity. I have to have a look. I'll have to have a look where they're based. But anyway, let's get the aroma on this beer. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Really punchy and flavoursome and lovely. Lemon, touch of lime, touch of grapefruit, touch of mango and apricot. I've done some building work in the house and as a consequence taken some of the walls away, and these old terrace houses, they're quite echoey and thin and you can hear the dog barking. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Oh yeah, that's lovely. That really is lovely. It's really floral. I'm picking up a massive floral note in this beer, like almost, it takes me right back actually. And of course Kviek yeast is a relatively new yeast. It's been around a long time. But it's a relatively new yeast in the craft beer world in terms of everybody now wants to use Kviek yeast. It's trying to find the next frontier in brewing, you know. It's trying to find the next thing. But going back to this thought I had, I remember when I before I was even kind of remotely even looking at YouTube, what, 15 years ago, about 14, 15 years ago, I used to buy these bottles of beer from the supermarket. I remember how floral they were, how kind of flowery and floral, and I was really enjoying them. It's when I first met my wife, and we were living, I moved in with her for a little while, and there was a shop across the road that sold these brown bottled, I can't remember what they were, but I remember them rather than drinking little French stumpy bottles, you know, your 8 or 10 pack of stumpies from Safeways back in the day for £5 or £6. I remember drinking these beers, and they were so different from what I'd ever kind of had before. And this, just having a few sips of this beer has taken me right back to that memory all those years ago. And beer has a habit of doing that. Beer definitely has a habit of doing that. You might not even be thinking of beer, but you might just get a pint, and you might take a taste of this pint and go, that reminds me of a beer I once had years ago, and then it kind of just sets the old memory wheel going round in your head. But it's a lovely beer. Lovely beer. A load of pineapple, a pineapple-y kind of pineapple sorbet flavours. I've not even got to the really kind of sedimenty bit yet, if there is going to be a sedimenty bit. Yeah, look at that. I was only giving you really half of the real potential of this beer by pouring half the can in this glass. I should have used a bigger glass, but there we go. But look at that now. Look at that from Purity Brewing Company. Absolutely on it in terms of quality. That is bang on. Oh, wow. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer this is. Now I'm able to get all of that lovely sediment and yeasty goodness into this beer. Wow. What I was talking about earlier about floralness and tropical flavours and pineapple and grapefruit and maybe a bit of apricot and peach, double it. Whatever I was thinking about before, double it. With that amount of kind of, it's almost like a concentrated flavour come through. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Quick read on the side of the can then. Brewed with a unique strain of Norwegian farmhouse yeast, Kviek is the third of our limited release specialty beers, the brainchild of our youngest brewer and marketing executive who shares a passion for great beer and innovation. Whilst exploring different ingredients, this well-balanced New England style IPA has been brewed with Galaxy, Montour and Simcoe to deliver soft fruit flavours of mango, pineapple and peach. There you go, pretty close, wasn't I? Kviek is a heritage yeast that delivers a natural taste of citrus and ferments in 2 days. It's a very fast fermenting yeast. I remember speaking to a Norwegian brewer who says Kviek yeast in Norway, the Norwegian home brewers used it to, it would just, it'd be done 2 days. It would, whereas some beers would take a little bit longer. This Kviek yeast was really quick, really efficient. He used the word efficient. It's really good. Look at that yeasty goodness in the bottom. Let me hide my face. Let's do that again. There you go. Right in. That is a phenomenal beer. Absolutely phenomenal beer. It's a Stone the Crows beer, a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!